So for the past, I don't know, couple days, Kevin Durant has really been, let's say, in the news. He's been remarkable, complicated, compelling figure in the NBA. That has never been more apparent than the last couple days. KD draws attention like a magnet, right? And some of it is good, some of it is not. But regardless of whether you like the path he has chosen, the destination, well, that's inarguable. He is a champion and probably will be many times over. He's an MVP, probably will do that again too. And we wanted to talk about all of it, when we caught up with him at the Nike jersey unveiling over the weekend. Take a listen. So you spend years, since you were a kid, years, summers, working toward that one goal in mind. I'm gonna win an NBA title. I'm gonna win an NBA title. Then you win an NBA title.
Yeah.
Now what?
Try to get another one. That's the plan. I mean, you do it for the moment. You do it for just the experience. You want to do that just to say you did it. And that sounds good right before you win a championship, but when it's over, it's like, all right, what's next? And
is it really that quick?
It's that quick. You know, it was 2 days after a day after the finals. I'm on my couch all day. You know, so it's like that adrenaline that you have from playing, and you know the anxiety you get from playing or wanting to play the next game, or like thinking ahead. You still have that when you're just at home, and it's a weird feeling.
You said that one of the reasons you wanted to make the move to Golden State was to grow as a basketball player, but also to grow as a person, right? Yeah. Be around new people, have new experiences. Yeah. So it's been a year. Yeah. How have you grown in the last year?
See, I should have worded that. I should have worded that different, because I was gonna grow no matter where I was.
Right.
But it was just a new experience and an opportunity to mature in different areas. And also, you know, I was at my lowest point mentally, personally, and my highest point in 1 year. So I learned a lot in between that time, and you know, I'm still learning lessons about myself and my situation, and you know, trying to get better as a person and as a basketball player.
Criticism, things that people said about you. I watched this shift happen in you, where you started almost embracing it and saying, you know what, fine. Be like that. I'm gonna turn it around. I'm gonna wear the cupcake shirt. I'm gonna make it part of my advertising campaign. I'm gonna wear the Supervillains t-shirt. You weren't like that at first. What was that shift?
Because I was programmed to care about stuff that didn't matter. So like, somebody called me a cupcake, like I was, like people raise you to say like, somebody tell you something or call you a bad name, you're supposed to get tough with them. Like, I know what I am. It didn't really matter to me, but you get programmed to listen to, especially around the NBA, the business around the NBA, is just the media around it. Like, it caused me to pay attention and focus on stuff that doesn't matter. And what really matters is playing ball, being happy playing ball, enjoying yourself, enjoying your teammates, and being a good person, and making as much money as I can for my family to live off for the rest of my life. Like, that's what became simple to me. And that's what made, like, doing that stuff, that back and forth, it made it fun now. Because it's like, feel like I'm having banter with somebody on the sideline at a street ball game. That's how fun it was. So it's cool that I can interact with the fans in that way too. It feels like I'm having banter with somebody on the sideline at a street ball game. We obviously taped this before KD started tweeting in the third person yesterday. But to me, that whole last answer he gave is fascinating insight into why he does pick these battles on Twitter, or creates a whole shoe campaign around red velvet cupcakes, or does all of the trolling he's engaged in over the past few months. If you look at his evolution from the very carefully worded stuff we saw, you know, before he left the Thunder to now, it's not just that he's trying to fend off the criticism. He's dived into it waist deep. He's embraced it, sometimes too much, and he says that he has fun with it. I don't know how much further he is going to go with this after what happened the past couple days. He was at something called TechCrunch Disrupt, which if you are familiar with Silicon Valley, the TV show, or if you happen to live in the Bay Area, you are aware of this event. And he was asked about his Twitter missteps the past couple days. He spoke about it. Take a listen.
There are these accusations that you're creating other fake Twitter accounts and Instagram accounts to defend yourself. What happened? What's going on?
I do have another Instagram account, but that's just for my friends and family. So I wouldn't say I was using that to clap back at anybody, but I use Twitter to engage with the fans. I think it's a great way to engage with, you know, basketball fans. But I happen to take it a little too far, and that's what happens sometimes when I get into these basketball debates, or, you know, what I really love is just to play basketball. I went a little too far. I don't regret clapping back at anybody or talking to
to my fans on Twitter, I do regret using my former coach's name in the former organization that I played for. That was childish, that was idiotic, all those type of words. I regret doing that, and I apologize to them for doing that. But I don't think I'll ever stop engaging with my fans. I think they really enjoy it. I think it's a good way to connect us all. But I'll scale back a little bit right now and just focus on playing basketball. So I want to move on from that. It was tough to deal with yesterday. I was really upset with myself, but definitely want to move on and keep playing basketball. So, but I still want to interact with my fans as well.
So some interesting stuff there. I mean, one, he does seem to be genuinely sorry. He went so far talking about Billy Donovan and the Thunder. He called it idiotic on his part. Well, at least he was sorry he got caught. And two, he says yet again what he said in the interview we showed you at the top of the show, that even this experience of the last couple of days not going to stop him from going back and forth with fans. He likes it now. He feels it is part of his persona. He wants to keep doing it. Paul, you did at times enjoy playing antagonist to the hostile crowds over your career. Do you like that KD has become Mr. Clapback? Do you think there is a way he should be doing it or shouldn't be doing it?
He's finally embracing that because, for one, he was loved in Oklahoma City. Once he went to Golden State, he became the villain, and there was nothing he could do about it. Now he's cupcake this, traitor this, and it got to the point where he's like, you know what, I'll become all of that. I'll become the villain. So now I'm going to embrace that, and I'm going to take the role and roll with it. So now he's doing the Twitter stuff. People are talking about him, and he's loving it now. He's a champion. He's an MVP in the finals. And this is a role he's going to have for quite some time, and he's doing a good job embracing it.